Hare Krishna, all devotees. I welcome you all to the early morning short Bhagavatam class organized and run by Radha Govinda Temple, Kulai, Mangalore. I invite you for and on behalf of His Grace, Sri Namarishna Das Prabhuji. Let us begin with prayers so that we understand the message of the Lord very clearly, and Lord helps us to put that message into practice of our life. It's very important that we put everything into practice that we learn. Only that thing can take us back to Godhead. Can you see my screen clearly?
Yes,
Yes, Prabhu.
Om Agnan Timirandasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyata Deshatarine. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Tadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakammalam Shri Gurun Vishnavasya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagar Dalitam Shri Vishakhanvitasya. हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीन बंधो जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा तप्त कांचन गौरांगी श्री राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी शुभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरि प्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. May I request you all to follow me? Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om
Om
Namo
Namo
Bhagavate
Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om
Om
Namo
Namo
Bhagavate
Bhagavate
Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om
Om
Namo
Namo Bhagavate
Bhagavate
Vasudevaya.
Vasudevaya.
Janmadasya yato anvayada iti ratas chartheshu abhigna swarat.
Janmadhyasya to anvayat
Janmadhyasthiratodvayat
Tene brahmaradayadi kavaye muyanti yat suraya.
Tene
Tene
Brahma Hridayadi
Brahmadhyadikavaye
Kavaye
Muhyanti
Muhyanti Yat Suraya.
Tejo vari mrudam yatha vinimayo yatra trisargo brusha.
Tejo Vari Mridam
Tejovarimridam
Yata
yata
Vinimayo
yatra
Yatra
trisargo
Sargo
vrisha
Vrisha.
Dhamna svena sada nirasta kuhakam satyam param dhimahi.
Dhamna Svena
Dhamnasvena sada nirastagukam
Sakam
satyam
Satyam
param
Param
dhimahi.
Dhimahi.
Dharma projahita kaitavutra paramo nirvatsaranam satam.
धर्म
धर्म
प्रोजितो
प्रोजितो
अत्र
अत्र
परमो निर्मत्सराणां
निर्मत्सराणां सताम्
वेद्यं वास्तवमत्र वस्तु शिवदम् तापत्रयोन्मूलनम्
वेद्यं
वेद्यं
वास्तवमत्र
वास्तवमत्र
वस्तु
वस्तु
शिवदं
शिवदम् तापत्रयोन्मूलनम्
तापत्रयोन्मूलनम्
श्रीमद्भागवते महामुनिकृते किं वा परैरीश्वरः
श्रीमद्भागवते
श्रीमद्भागवते
महामुनिकृते
महामुनिकृते
किं वा
वा
परैरीश्वरः
परैरीश्वरः
तद्यरुद्य अवरुद्य तित्रकृतिभिः शुश्रूषुभिस्तत्क्षणात्
सद्यो
सद्यो
हृदि अवरुध्यते
हृदयवरुध्यते
अत्र
अत्र
कृतिभिः
कृतिभिः
शुश्रूषुभिस्तत्क्षणात्
शुश्रूषुभिस्तत्क्षणात्
निगमकल्पतरुर्गलितं फलम् सुखमुखात् अमृतद्रवसंयुतम्
निगमकल्पतरोर्गलितं
निगमकल्पतरोर्गलितं
फलं
शुकमुखात्
सुखमुखात्
अमृतद्रवसंयुतम्
अमृतद्रवसंयुतम्
पिबत भागवतं रसमालयम् मुहुरहो रसिक भुवि भावुकः
पिबत
पिबत
भागवतं
भागवतं
रसमालयम्
रसमालयं मुहुरहो
मुहुरहो
रसिका
रसिका
भुवि
भुवि
भावुकाः
भावुकाः
नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमम्
नारायणं
नारायणं
नमस्कृत्य
नमस्कृत्य
नरं चैव
नरं चैव
नरोत्तमम्
नरोत्तमम्
देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये
देवीं
देवीं
सरस्वतीं
सरस्वतीं
व्यासं
व्यासं
ततो
ततो
जयमुदीरये
जयमुदीरयेत्
शृणतां स्वकथा कृष्णः पुण्यश्रवणकीर्तनः
शृण्वतां
शृण्वतां
स्वकथाः
स्वकथा
कृष्णः
कृष्णः पुण्यश्रवणकीर्तनाः
पुण्यश्रवणकीर्तनः
हृदयन्तस्थो यभद्राणि विदुनोति सुरस्तताम्
हृदयन्तस्थो
हृदयन्तस्थो
हि
ह्यभद्राणि
अभद्राणि
विधूति
विनोति
सुहृत्सताम्
सुहृत्सताम्
नश्च प्रायेष्व अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया
नष्टप्रायेषु
नष्टप्रायेषु
अभद्रेषु
अभद्रेषु
नित्यं
नित्यं
भागवत
भागवत
सेवया
सेवया
भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी
भगवती
भगवति
उत्तमश्लोके
उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति
भक्तिर्भवति
नैष्टिकी
नैष्टिकी
Message is very clear. Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Daily recitation of Srimad Bhagavatam removes all inauspicious things from our lives and certainly helps us concentrate on Uttama Sloka, Lord Krishna himself. And then Lord Krishna will certainly give us Vaishniki Bhakti, which is the goal of life of you and me and all of us. Okay, let us start with the slokas. We're now doing 5th canto, 7th chapter activities of Bharat Maharaj. Sloka number 8. Madhumayi Mataji, go ahead.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय एवं वर्षायुतसहस्रपर्यन्त अवसिता कर्म निर्वाण अवसरो अधिभुज्यमानं स्वतनयेभ्यो रित्थं पितृपैतामहं यथादायं विभज्य स्वयं सकल संपन्निकेतात् स्वनिकेतात् पुलहाश्रमं प्रवव्राज। थैंक यू प्रभु जी।
Thank you, Mataji. Chitra Mohini Devi Dasi.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। एवं वर्षायुत सहस्र पर्यंत अवसित कर्म निर्वाणा अवसरो अधिभुज्यमानो स्वतनयेभ्यो रिक्तं पितृपैतामहं यथाधायं विभज्य स्वयं सकल संपन्निकेतात् स्वनिकेतात् पुलहाश्रमं प्रवव्राज। हरे कृष्ण माता जी।
Thank you, Mataji. Surekha Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी। एवं वर्षायुत सहस्र पर्यंत अवसित कर्म निर्वाण अवसरो अधिभुज्यमानं स्वतनयेभ्यो रिक्तं पितृपैताम् अहं यथादायं विभज्य स्वयं सकल संपन्निकेतात् स्वनिकेतात् पुलहाश्रमं प्रवव्राज। हरे कृष्ण प्रभु।
Thank you, Hare Krishna Mataji. Usha Bhaskaran Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। एवं वर्ष अयुत सहस्र पर्यंत अवस्थित कर्म निर्वाण अवसर अधिभुज्यमानं स्वतन तनएभ्य रिक्तं पितृपितामहं यथादायं विभज्य स्वयं सकल संपत्ति निकेत स्वनिकेत पुलः आश्रमं प्रवराजः। हरे कृष्ण।
Thank you, Mataji. Madhuswani Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी, दंडवत प्रणाम। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। एवं वर्षायुत सहस्र पर्यंत अवसित कर्म निर्वाण अवसरः अधिभुज्यमानं स्वतनयेभ्यो रिक्तं पितृपेतामहं यथादायं विभज्य स्वयं सकल संपत्निकेतात् पुलह आश्रमं प्रवव्राज। थैंक यू प्रभु जी। हरे कृष्ण।
Hare Krishna Mataji. Venkat Rasya Das Prabhu.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी।
Hare Krishna.
एवं वर्षायुत सहस्र पर्यंतावसित कर्म निर्वाण अवसरो अधि भुज्यमानं स्वतनयेभ्यो रिक्तं पितृपैतामहं यदादायं विभज्य स्वयं सकल संपत् निकेतात् स्वनिकेतात् पुलहाश्रमं प्रवराजः। हरे कृष्ण।
Hare Krishna. Vijaya Kumari Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी। एवं वर्षाद सहस्र पर्यंत वसिद कर्म निर्वाण वसरो अधिपूज्यमाना स्वजनयेभ्य रिक्तं पितृपैतामहं यदादायं विभज्य स्वयं सकल संपन् निकेतात् स्वनिकेतात् भव आश्रमं प्रबलव्रज। हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी। थैंक यू।
Thank you, Prabhula Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी। प्रणाम प्रभु। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। एवं वर्षायुत सहस्र पर्यन्तम् अवसित कर्म निर्वाण अवसरो अधिभुज्यमानं स्वतनयेभ्यो रिक्तं पितृपैतामहं यथादायं विभाज्य स्वयं सकल संपन्न निकेत स्वनिकेतात् पुलहाश्रमं परवव्राज। हरे कृष्ण प्रभु। थैंक यू प्रभु।
Ram Prabhula Mataji. Subharam Prabhuji. Dandat Pranam.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी। दंडवत प्रणाम प्रभु जी। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। एवं वर्षायुत सहस्र पर्यंतावसित कर्म निर्वाणावसरो अधिभुज्यमानं स्वतनयेभ्यो रिक्तं पितृपैतामहं यथादायं विभज्य स्वयं संकल संपन्निकेतात् Swaniketat Pulahasramam Pravavraja. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Revati Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. एवं वर्षादसहस्र प्रयन्तावसित कर्म निर्वाणिवासरो दिभुज्यमानं स्वतनं पियं रिक्तं पितृवैदं महायदादायं विभज्य स्वयं सकल संपन्न निकोतस्व निकोतत्पुलः श्रमं प्रबला राजः. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Revati Mataji, would you like to read names for us?
Yeah, yes, Prabhuji.
Can you see
Evam.
it clearly?
Yeah, yes, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji. Evam, thus being always engaged, Varsha Ayata Sahasra, one of them until then, Avista Karma Nirvana Avasaraha, Maharaja Bharata, royal opulence, Ahima Bhujayana Manam, being enjoyed in this way for their own sons, Riktam, the wealth, Pitra Paita Maham, which he uh, which sorry
He
which he
received.
received from his father and forefathers. Yata is Yabbak laws of Manu. Vaibhavya, dividing. Swayam, personality. Sakala Sampatta, the abode. Swaniketat, from his paternal home. Pulaha Asranama Pravirtahe. Pulaha in hardware, where the Sadgraha silas are obtainable. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you very, 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 very much.
Thank you, Revati Mataji. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Destiny fixed the time for Maharaja Bharat's enjoyment of material opulence at 1,000 times 10,000 years. So 10,000 years, 1,000 times. So 10,000 multiplied by 1,000. When that period was finished, he retired from the family life and divided the wealth he had received from his forefathers among his sons. He left his paternal home, the reservoir of all opulence, and started for Pulahashrama, which is situated in Hardwar. The Salagram Silas are obtainable there. Purport. According to the law of Dayabhag, when one inherits an estate, he must hand it over to the next generation. Bharata Maharaj did this properly. First, he enjoyed his parental property for 1,000 times 10,000 years. At the time of his retirement, he divided this property among his sons and left for Pulaha Shrama. Things at times when you read from scriptures are unbelievable because our senses are inadequate and limited. It's very difficult for us to imagine living for 10,000 years, 1,000 times, because we hardly know life up to probably 100 years. Life beyond that is unimaginable. But there were lives, people were living for a long time in Satyuga, and this is one of the example of that Satyuga. Because they had extensive lifespan, they would be able to spend thousands of years for austerity and finances. And when you spend so much time, naturally you then calculate how much time you are left with for the enjoyment of whatever hard work that you put up. It's quite surprising. These days, if we look at the present scenario, one goes through a pattern of education, professional education. They spend roughly around 27 to 28 years before they actually qualify with good kind of a sellable degrees. And then they start working. So if you multiply 14 into 2, that makes 28 years. And then probably they spend rest of their life, if they work until about age of 70, that roughly makes 14 into 3, that is 42. So you put up a work of your education for 28 years, and if we leave about, say, 17 years for your schooling, then still you had spent 11 to 12 years for your professional degrees. In short, what I'm trying to convey is that whatever time you spend, divide by half and multiply by 3. That's the time that you get for working in your profession. You then are ought to retire and leave your profession because you are considered old by then. The most important point Prabhupada leads us here is basically inheritance or distribution of wealth. Distribution of wealth is done twice in a human life. One, when you get an income, and usually everyone gets their regular income monthly or yearly, and one when you are retiring, whatever income, whatever money you are left with, you need to divide. Sanatana Goswami has shown us a very clear-cut instruction how to divide the wealth. Half of the wealth is divided for the Vaishnavas and Brahmanas who are doing a very good work for the society and doing nothing for the economic development, so they should be sustained. Remaining half is divided into half again, and one half, that is about 25%, is given to the relatives, your near relatives, your children, your wife, etc. And the remaining 25% is kept as an emergency. It's a very valid and solid example of how the wealth be divided at the end of the career or profession. The income that we get, some portion of income must always be spent on the sustenance of Brahmanas and upliftment of the society. This percentage always varies between 10 and 20 to 25%. People usually spend at least 10 to 20% of their regular income into what is known as charity. We know all the principles of charity, where the charity must be given to a right person at a right time, at a right place, for a right cause. If any of this is missing, it is not a charity. It is actually a sin that you are doing because you are encouraging a wrong activity. One caution when Prabhupada is talking so much about distribution of the wealth is those who are crossing 50 and 60s must remember that in the present scenario of Kali, there are always quarrels that can happen easily. And usually, if you look at it, money is always the root cause of all the quarrels. Money has that capacity and power to make wife and husband fight, brothers fight, son and the father fight. In this Kali Yuga, it would be better, whatever wealth you have incurred, accumulated, be distributed as you wish, you feel appropriate, but it must be clearly mentioned. And the best way is to write your own will. Write a will which is appropriate, get it properly signed and also nicely notarized. And then you may keep it safe with any of your friends. You don't need to tell your relatives what you are doing. But if you do this, many of the possible fights and quarrels and whatnot, or maybe you can call a quarrel a fight or a war, it can be prevented. And probably some kind of a harmony is always sustained. Let's go to the next verse and see what Prabhupada says. These are the short verses, so we would be able to take a couple of them or three of them. Who would like to recite this verse? 5.7.9. Subbarao Prabhuji, go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
यत्र हवाव भगवान् हरिरद्यापि तत्रत्यानां निजजनानां वात्सल्येन सन्निधाप्यत इच्छारूपेण. हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी.
Thank you. Madhumai Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
यत्र वाव भगवान् हरिरद्यापि तत्रत्यानां निजजनानां वात्सल्येन सन्निधाप्यत इच्छारूपेण. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. Chitra Mohini Devidas.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी. ओम
Hare
नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. यत्र हावाव भगवान् हरिराद्यपि तत्र त्यानां निजजनानां वात्सल्येन संनिधाप्यत इच्छरूपेण. हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी. थैंक यू.
Thank you. Prafulla Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी.
Hare
यत्र
Krishna.
भगवान् हरिरद्यापि तत्रत्यानां निजजनानां वात्सल्येन सन्निधाप्यत इच्छारूपेण. हरे कृष्ण प्रभु. थैंक यू प्रभु.
Thank you. Madhuswani Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. यत्र वाव भगवान् हरिः अद्य अपि तत्रत्यानां निजजनानां वात्सल्येन सन्निधाप्यत इच्छारूपेण. थैंक यू प्रभुजी. हरे कृष्ण.
Thank you. Revati Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji. You are muted. Venkata Narasimha Das Prabhuji. Go
Hare
ahead.
Krishna Prabhuji. Can I recite?
Go ahead, Mataji. After you.
यत्र हास वाव भगवान् हरिरत्यापि तत्रत्यानं निजजनानं वात्सल्येन सन्निधाप्यत इच्छारूपेणे. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you very much. Sorry for the delay.
No problem. Thank you, Mataji. Venkata Narasimha Rao Das Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
यत्र हवाव भगवान् हरिरद्यापि तत्रत्यानां निजजनानां वात्सल्येन सन्निधाप्यत इच्छारूपेण. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Anyone left out? Subbarao Prabhuji, can you read synonyms for us?
Prabhuji, shall I read
Hare,
Prabhuji?
yes, please, go ahead.
Hare Krishna.
Hare.
Yatra, where, Havava, certainly, Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Hari, the Lord, Adyapi, even today, Tatrayanam, residing in that place, Nija Jananam, for his own devotees, Vatsalyena, by his transcendental affection, Sannidhapyate, becomes visible, Icharupena, according to the desire of the devotee. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Translation. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. At Kulai Ashram, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Hari, out of his transcendental affection for his devotee, becomes visible to the devotee, satisfying the devotee's desire. Purport. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The Lord always exists in different transcendental forms, as stated in Brahma Samhita 5.39. Ramadi Surekha Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु
Go ahead, Mataji.
रामादिमूर्तिषु कलानियमेन तिष्ठन् नानावतारमकरोद् भुवनेषु किन्तु कृष्णद्वयं समभवत् परमपुमान्यो गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि. हरे कृष्ण.
Thank you very much, Surekha Mataji. You have always been a great help. The Lord is situated as himself, Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and he is accompanied by his expansion like Lord Rama, Baladeva, Sankarshana, Narayana, Mahavishnu, and so forth. The devotees worship all these forms according to their liking, and the Lord, out of his affection, present himself as Archavigraha. He sometimes presents himself personally before the devotee out of reciprocation or affection. A devotee is always fully surrendered to the loving service of the Lord, and the Lord is visible to the devotee according to the devotee's desires. He may be present in the form of Lord Rama, Lord Krishna, Lord Narsimha Deva, and so on. Such is the exchange of love between the Lord and his devotee. We'll take the second verse as well, and then we'll talk about both of them together. Who would like to recite this verse? Madhumai Mataji, go ahead.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी.
Fastest finger first.
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय यत्र आश्रमपदारी उभयतो नाभिः दृशच्चक्रैः चक्रनदीनाम सरित्प्रवरा सर्वतः पवित्रीकरोति. थैंक यू प्रभु जी. हरे
Thank
कृष्ण.
you, Mataji. Revati Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी.
Hare Krishna.
यथा आश्रमं पदानि उपयतो नाभिर्दृष्ट शैक्र नदी नाम शरीर प्रवारो सर्वदा पवित्रीभरोति. हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी. थैंक यू वेरी मच.
Thank you. Prafulla Mataji. Sorry, you were ahead of Revati Mataji. Go ahead.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, no problem.
Correct.
Yatra Sama Padani Ubhayato Nabhibhir Druscha Chakra Nadi Nama Sarita Pravara Sarvata Pavitri Karoti. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you. Chitra Mohini Devidasi.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय यत्राश्रमापदान्युभयतोः नाभिवृद्रोश्च विद्रोश्चक्रे च one minute प्रभु यत्र आश्रमापदानि उभयतः नाभिः दृशश्चक्रै चक्रनिधि नाम सरिता प्रवार सर्वतः पवित्रीकरोति. हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी. Sorry for
No problem, Mataji. Madhuswani Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय यत्र आश्रमपदानि उभयतः नाभिभिः त्रिशत चक्रैः चक्रनदीनाम सरितप्रवरा सर्वतः पवित्रीकरोति. थैंक यू प्रभु जी. हरे कृष्ण.
Hare Krishna. Subharao Prabhuji. Dandavat pranam again.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Go ahead, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Yatrashrama padanu ubhyayato yatrashrama padani ubhayataha nabhibhi trushat chakraihi chakranadi nama paripravara sarvata pavitri karoti. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Bhaskaran Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी. यत्र आश्रमपदानि उभयता नाभिर्दृशच्चक्रे चक्रनदी नाम सरित्प्रवार सर्वतः पवित्रीकरोति. हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी.
Usha Mataji, get ready for the synonyms. In the meantime, Venkat Narasimha Das Prabhuji, go ahead.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Yatra ashrama padanu ubhayato nabhivi drushat chakrai chakranadi nama sarit pravara sarvataha pavitri karoti. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Usha Mataji, please go ahead with synonyms.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी. Thank you प्रभु जी. हरे कृष्ण. Synonyms. Yatra, where. Ashrama padani, all hermitages. Ubayata, both on top and below. Nabibi, like the symbolic mark of a navel. Drishat, visible. Chakrai, with the circles. Chakranadi, river, generally known as the Kantaki. Nama, of the name. Sarit Prabhara, the most important river of all. Sarvata, everywhere. Pavitri Karoti, sanctifies. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you very much, Mataji. Translation. In Pulaha Ashram is the Gandaki river, which is the best of all rivers. The Salagram Sila, the marble pebbles, purify all those places. On each and every marble pebble, up and down, circles like navels are visible. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Salagram Shilas refer to pebbles that appear like stones which circles marked up and down. These are available in the river known as Gandaki Nadi. Wherever the water of this river flows, the place becomes immediately sanctified. If I'm not mistaken, when I went to Nepal, I saw this river, and this is the river which is bordering between India and Nepal. The purport of the previous verse was telling us that Lord Krishna is always in here, all around us, within us, and outside. But he is only visible when either he desires or devotees so much surrendered unto him that he is visible. So Lord Krishna's mercy is necessary to see him, though he is present all the time. The analogy that Srila Prabhupada uses is the analogy of the sun. Sun is always there, sun is always shining, but we see on sun only during the daytime. The remaining time, something else comes in between, like the clouds come between the sun and the earth, and even is not visible during the daytime, though you can perceive the light of the sun easily. Similarly, Lord Krishna is always covered with the curtain of Maya. If you remember well, in the prayers of Kunti Maharani, she says that remove this curtain of Maya so that I can see you. Surekha Mataji, do you remember the verse?
Which one, Prabhu?
The Kunti Maharani's prayers, where she
She
is talking
wants to,
about removing the oxygen or something.
yeah. Vipadam bhavatu ta shashvat tatra tatra jagadguru bhavato darshanam yasyat apunar darshanam. This one?
Thank you, Mataji.
No,
Thank you.
Maya Javanika Achanna,
Yeah,
Prabhuji, that is.
exactly.
Okay, Maya.
Maya Javanika Achanna.
Yeah. Can you recite that?
Yeah. Maya javanika channam ajnadhokshajamavyayam nalakshase mudha drisha nato natyadharo yatha. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Of course, then it goes on that it's like the actors, etc. But yes, the sun is always there, but we only see during the daytime. It's a beautiful analogy Srila Prabhupada has compared to Krishna Bhagwan removes this curtain. Although we always wish that he removes it right away, but he removes this curtain when, as a devotee, we are fully surrendered to him. We remember him each and every moment, and we never forget him. We have to reach that stage to see Lord Krishna face to face. You know how hard it is, but it is possible. Srila Prabhupada has given example of him all the time with Lord Krishna, remembering Lord Krishna and never forgetting Lord Krishna. So all these theories and all these big verses and big books, ultimately you want to achieve this simple thing, that you totally devote yourself, surrendering to Lord Krishna, accept whatever Lord Krishna gives, and do not accept anything else that others give. And remember him on each and every moment of life. For this, we need to do all the sadhanas. We need to try and learn about Lord, so that when we see him, we recognize him. Otherwise, it would be like you have a nice diamond in your hand, but you feel it's a piece of glass and throw it away. That's why we get up early in the morning, have the Bhagavatam class, hear it, aptly and then try to understand the message of the Lord. So, gathering a knowledge is equally important for you to understand what to expect in the Lord, how He is, what He looks like, how He behaves and what He does. And when He comes in front of you, you can recognize Him. Any question, any revelation, any addition, any queries? Anyone would like to add anything? Sureka Mataji, would you like to give us the translation of the 2 verses that you just recited?
Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. That Maya Javanika Channam, that says that Maya covers everything and means Nato Nat as just as the actors performing on the stage, we cannot recognize them because they are disguised in some different form. Like that, the Lord also comes before us in different forms and disguised differently. So, because of Maya, we are unable to recognize him. And the other one, Vipadam Santuta Shashvat, that there Kunti Mata states that I have been through so many Vipadas, so many reversals in life. But whenever there were Vipada, that is the reversals, you were there. So whenever we see you, so the Apunarbhava Darshanam. So the next birth we won't be taking. We will be free from the cycles of birth and death.
Birth and death. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna.
That's
Thank you, Prabhu.
very true. The life is a little different than what we see as movies. Somebody gave a very good example that in movie things are very simple. A bad-looking person is always a bad person, and good-looking person is always a good person or a hero. Such thing doesn't happen in life. A good-looking person may be a very, very stupid and bad person as well. Right. So that's that's the short form of it. So wonderful description. Kunti Mata's prayers are prayers worth remembering. And if you talk to many of the brahmacharis in our temple in Mangalore, they recite them so well, even at middle of night. Any question, any queries, any addition, any revelation? Well, all of you have a wonderful Sunday. Thank you very much for being early in the morning in the class. And Hare Kodi Vaishnava ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Thank you.
Krishna,
Thank
Prabhuji.
you,
Thank you
Prabhuji.
very much. Pranams, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna, Pranam to all of you.